We're live up in that thing. What's up? I see Pat is in here. Let's be
Yeah,
real. We had mic issues. And when I say we, I mean me.
it
Uh,
was it was so strange.
it was like, yes, yes, yes,
I just heard, like, this robot voice just going, "Yes, yes, yes," and I'm like, "Yes, yes, yes, yes."
yes. Like, yes, 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 yes.
I
Can
was
you
like,
hear
"Oh,
me?
she's listening to that the something something."
No, I had some after dark.
Starting the morning off right, it's fine.
Yeah, no. There was this on the side note before we talk about the book and like what happened. Um every time I think of like creepy stuff like that and like it turns to be after dark, I think of when Tracy Ellis Ross was being interviewed with Kevin Hart and she was like, I can have a will of lovers. And that like takes me out every time. She's like, I can have a wheel of lovers. And I'm like, what? Yeah, we're up early on that thing. On a
Early.
random day. We've never done a live show on a
On a
Sunday.
Sunday, yeah. It's very well, things happen, we reschedule to when we are available, and there's a first time for everything.
There is, because look, Black Queenathon is deep this month. Um,
You're a busy lady.
right. It's rough. And life.
Oh, yeah. It's, like, not just booktube side, it's life side too.
Oh my God. Life is like, look, I'm coming for your whole throat. Okay. Um,
It's like, pull my hair a little bit too so I can enjoy it, thanks.
oh my God. I'm sorry. That was funny.
Oh,
Let me know if I'm like too loud with this mic because I can't
no.
hear myself.
Oh, no, you're perfect. I think you're perfect.
Uh,
I have my volume all the way up too, and you're not, like, blowing me out or anything, so you're good.
okay. Um, so good morning, folks, where you're at. Good afternoon, good night. We are sitting here living our best, talking about Arusha in the city of gold. And Roshani is the author, by the way. So we are sitting here talking about the book, but we do want to give you a caveat. Now, life be lifing, okay? And life be lifing. And when life, you must life. You get what I'm saying? And
Yep.
yesterday, I was trying hard to finish the book or start the book, really. Let's start there. And, it was friends were checking up on me, and then it became an emotional night. And then I had to wake up early and I was trying to finish the book, and I only got close to 40%. And Nicole, life was lifing as at the same time. So we're going to talk about our impressions of the book today more than a full review. And I want to know who in the chat have read the book. But just because we won't be giving a full review today, don't mean that Storygraph ain't in there. Okay, don't believe that Goodreads ain't in there because typically, I think I put a link or a review or something.
Same.
So
Yep,
I'm
same.
right. So I'll put the link and my review of it because I just have like 2 hours left listening. I think at the speed.
Mhm.
Lightning. Okay? Sweet.
Yeah.
Lightning.
Lightning speed. 3
So
times. I was trying to
3 times, my lady.
Yeah, things happen, I was doing a lot of stuff yesterday, again, same with Bree, trying to start the book, I was doing things around the house, and I'm like, "This is a great time to try and listen to an audiobook when I'm doing things around the house."
Oh, yeah.
So, I started it, got to about 47%, 54%. Then my husband wanted to watch a movie, he wanted, some husband time,
Oh,
and we try to go to bed. He falls asleep instantly, of course, like men do. And I am just laying there wide awake. I was exhausted watching the movie. I fell asleep watching the movie multiple times that we were watching. But when I actually get into my bed to go to bed, it just doesn't happen. So I, wake up a few times throughout the night and try to listen to the audiobook, but then I do end up falling asleep listening to the audiobook. Wake up a couple times, try to pick up in the book what's happening. Um, Honestly, I probably, it's just the whole last half I was in and out. So, honestly, Bree and I probably have read about the same amount.
Yeah.
But, I did pick up some things at the end. I picked up probably the last I was fully awake for probably the last 30 minutes of the audiobook, so I got, like, the resolution and everything, but, of course, I won't talk about spoilers and anything like that. I'll just talk about, like Bree said, impressions and, my thoughts so far. But, yeah, we're gonna have a full Storygraph review, not just the link, because we wanna do right by everybody, so
Yeah.
yeah,
I will say I feel like this might be my favorite one of the series. So I
yeah,
am predicting a 5-star.
you're predicting 5 star. Me too.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like for Rusha, every book, if it's not, like, kind of the same enjoyment as the last book, it just keeps getting better.
Yeah.
And
How
as of right now, I'm kind of enjoying it the same. It's not
yeah.
like, I don't think I like this one better. Honestly, of all of the books, I think the first one is my favorite just because it was just so interesting with the introduction of the world and the characters and how, Minnie and Aru Shah, like, interact and their relationship continuing to grow. That's what I love. I love the relationship of all the Pandavas. Um, so I did find that this one wasn't as funny as, like, the previous ones.
Yeah, I
I
didn't get no jokesy jokes.
Yeah, I wasn't really, like, laughing like I
Mhm.
was with the previous ones. I think this one was a little bit more serious. Arusha kind of felt like her place in the group was threatened by the introduction of Kara, which,
Yeah.
and right in the beginning or end of last book, beginning of this book, we find that Kara has a sister. She's been kind of being held captive by the sleeper. Her past has been erased, so she really has no memory of her past, just her time with the sleeper. And she
Mhm.
is like, "That's my dad. He's been taking care of me." So they kind of have like conflicting ideas about the sleeper.
Mhm.
And that's kind of like teetering Aru Shah's because she knows what the sleeper actually went through, like how his memories, he had to give up some of his memories to try to get back to them. And so she kind of feels like an empathy with the sleeper, and with Kara's point of view coming in saying like he's a great dad, but he's also kind of like a bad person.
Yeah. And
That
I'm
is kind
gonna
of
keep a weapon.
right, and that's conflicting for Arusha. And
Mhm.
introducing Kara to the other Pandavas, some are receptive, like Minnie's receptive. Obviously, Minnie is like
I
looking on
mean,
the
it's
bright side.
many.
Right. Bryn is like, absolutely not. Bryn says,
I
absolutely
mean, Brent been like,
not.
if you don't give a damn, I don't give a
Right.
uh for some time. So
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Bryn is the one who's going to say the unvarnished truth, no matter if it hurts your feelings or not. So,
Mhm. What I thought was interesting about Roshani is that I don't know. Side note, I don't know why we chose 11 when we both have allergies. Because I'm over here, you know.
I wake up in
But
the morning with so much mucus, and it usually takes me a good hour to get it all up.
yeah,
So, if I sound congested,
it's
mute
allergies.
myself, it's just because 'cause I'm coughing. My allergies are
Yeah,
literally trying to unalive me.
and or she is farting. No, I'm just
Pregnancy,
kidding.
gas,
I'm just kidding.
gas,
Um,
gas.
also
It's
side
the
note,
baby's fault. It's the baby.
man. Also side note, because I'm tangential. Yo, the way I was holding on my excitement, we did live shows and she didn't tell y'all that she was pregnant. And I was like, how long can I hold this in?
You did a good job. You kept the
I
secret.
I really try, and every time I was looking, I was like, look at her face, she get pregnancy face. And then I do like an updated bump photo.
Yes.
So thank you for those.
You're welcome.
Moving back to the story because I'm tangential. What I love about Roshani and her writing is that for me, it's very important when I read middle grade that it is relatable to things that happen to children. And one of the things that made me really like this book in predicting a 5 star is the relationship between Kara and Arusha. And primarily is there are so many kids, including myself, who knows how it feels when they see their father being tentative and affectionate and caring and showing up, even if it's like on a a minuscule amount, and then you being the sibling and not getting any of that love, not getting any of that attention, and wondering like, what did I do wrong? Like,
Right.
why didn't I deserve this? Why couldn't this person show up to me and be a parent to me? Why do this other person get to be a parent? And it's also hurtful to hear, you know, the other sibling talk about how like great
Yeah.
that their parent is. And the thing is, I have that on both sides. Like my mom is a parent to my little sister, and I do experience jealousy even at this big old age of 32. And
Mhm.
then, but my other siblings also experience jealousy with me and my dad. So it's like I can understand both sides, and that happens a lot. Kids that come from homes where parents is separate for whatever reason, and they get other family members, and then they just feel like, why isn't I'm supported, why isn't I'm being treated with love and respect and all those things. So when Roshani brought that into the book, I said that's a good way to make a lot of young people feel seen, because this is
Mhm.
real and this happens often, more
Yeah.
often than we care to admit.
Absolutely. And that's why I kind of feel like this book steps a little bit more into seriousness of feelings like you said, of jealousy, of abandonment,
Mm.
of, jealousy, and I think that's probably why there wasn't so many, like, lighthearted jokes, because I really think she wanted to touch on this seriousness and, like you said, have those children and their emotions be seen. So yeah, Arusha was really going through a lot of really difficult and tough emotions to try to process at her tender age of 13.
Yeah,
So
and it was even like, is she part of the Pandavas? Is she not? How like, kind of teetering on that a lot and being like, do I trust her? Like I just felt like, and I didn't finish the book, I'm talking about impressions, but like I just felt like at every turn, Carl was withholding information
yeah,
and then dropping them.
right. Oh yeah, she definitely was. She was using the inside information that she has
Mhm.
to kind of protect herself within the group because she was alone in that cave for just her and the sleeper for I I don't know how long, but
Yeah.
it's just like she even when Aru Shah first met her, she was like, "I will tell you what you wanna know, but you have to take me with you." She
Yeah.
like Kara, like, constantly drops that, "I will tell you what you wanna know, but you have to take me with you." So she's trying to protect her status and her sense of belonging within the group, and she's growing this attachment to Aiden, which Aru Shah really feels jealousy towards that as well, and so there's that tension between the 3 of them
Yeah.
because she likes Aiden, and I
Yeah.
honestly feel like Aiden likes her back,
Yeah.
um,
Agreed. Agreed.
but
Yeah.
there's this 3rd wheel going on, and, Arusha really is questioning her place within her own group.
Yeah. I mean, like, furthermore, and I didn't, I think you summed that up really well, but I'm switching to or continuing, whatever. Furthermore.
Yeah.
Furthermore, the only parts of the book that I found so far that I've read was comical, was when Kara would try to like do this, and they would be like, "She got to work on it." They're like, "She got to work on
Yeah.
it." Like, it's
She tried, A for effort, but yeah, you really gotta
yeah. They're like, It's not hidden. It was like, um, I feel like she could get a page out of Gum Baby. Um, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I was also sad that I didn't finish the book because I was trying to figure out like what's happening with the bird. I forgot the bird's name.
Boo. Yeah.
Boo, yeah. Um,
Yeah, we learned some not fun things about
so
Boo,
true.
and, trying to see how that's gonna be resolved because I really feel like he still has a major part to play
Agreed.
in, um, not only, like, in the companionship, but the mentor
Yeah.
role, you know, because 'cause they're still
Mhm.
very even though this is book 4, they're still very much new to the
Mhm.
whole Pandavas and what they can do and what they're capable of, and I feel like they still need some guidance, and that has to come in the form of Boo because there isn't another adult because mom's not stepping up. Mom's not even here. Mom's not even here. Arusha has been gone for 2 months, and her mom is nowhere to be seen, so
Right. Right.
but that's typical. That's typical of her mom, so
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like I understand that there are more kids in single parent households than there are kids in two parent households.
yeah. Mm,
But the consistency of the parent just not being involved, I
yes.
am so confused.
Disappointed, really.
Mhm. I'm
So,
like, lady, what you doing?
gotta
And
step up.
she better have a hell of an excuse when she comes back into the store. I'm talking a hell of a what? A
Oh,
hell of a
a hell of a
excuse. A
exactly.
hell of a blah, blah, blah.
Bu Yeah, exactly. I'm just like, you have some explaining to do.
Yeah,
Not only where you've been, but also, like, the last 12 years of my life. Like,
exactly.
we have yet to
Exactly.
hear the why on that.
Yeah. Even though Rusha dad is toxic. Hold on, I got a burp. Jesus. Even though even though her dad is toxic, I I'm just so confused on like his memory, what he does, what he's doing, and I'm wondering if that's done purposeful. But like, um, I'm wondering just more background on him
Right.
and mom's story,
Yeah,
in addition to just understanding like, bro, what is going on? And I'm also looking at Roshani like, you just keep trying to give us empathy for this guy.
exactly, exactly.
So why?
Mhm.
Not
Because
a sperm donor, but I'm also like, you know. So
honestly, from what the tidbits that we've gotten so far, we have to get more, but the tidbits that we've gotten so far, you do feel empathy. You know that he was taken advantage of, he was betrayed, and he had to give up stuff, you know, like Arusha said, like parts of his soul to get back to them. And I think there was a line in there, um, because they were it was when she first introduced Kara to the group, and there was empathy with the sleeper, and Bryn was just not getting it. Bryn was like, "No, I don't understand. Like, why? Like, this is the enemy." And like she said, like, he's a soulless monster or something. And Arusha was like, well, you would be soulless too if you had to give up what he gave up, you know. And so it's like we have to get more. It can't just be like little crumbs like that, you know.
yeah, I'm wondering if like we've been gaslighted or misled this whole time, and he's actually
Mhm.
trying to use Kara to perform some kind of ritual so that all pieces of his soul can come back and he can just be one person. Because I can't help but to have a suspicion that deep down this man really wants to be a dad, but
Mhm.
because he gave up so many parts of himself, his morality is warped.
Right. Absolutely.
Um,
I agree with that 100%.
so I'm just trying to figure out like maybe he do, and maybe that's just me trying to be as optimistic and looking at the cup halfway full.
Sure. Yeah,
But
absolutely.
I don't know, when we get little glimpse about in previous books of like how he was when Arusha's mom was pregnant and like
Yeah.
how caring and loving
Yeah.
he was. I'm like, maybe what happened to him, and I I still blame Arusha's mom.
Oh, yeah. I do too.
What
Mhm.
happened to him?
Mhm.
I don't put 100% of the blame on her, but she gets a good portion because she knows what she did, and that's on period.
Absolutely.
But
Arusha's mom and, like, the head council or whatever group that is, they're
yeah,
for they all for sure had a hand in making the sleeper
yeah,
and trying to just wash their hands of it, putting him asleep in that, torch or whatever, so it's just like they try to just sweep it under the rug, like, "Oh, we
yeah.
didn't make this mistake," but you did, and you're not holding yourself accountable for your actions.
There's no
You
accountability.
ruined a whole man's life.
Yep, there's no accountability.
Yeah,
And that is why I talk about the Tristan being a little better for me
yeah,
because those gods took accountability.
yes. Yep,
And
absolutely.
they are so arrogant and inside themselves.
Yes.
But we're also reading fiction
That's
based
that's true.
on true stories,
Yeah,
but still reading fiction, but
yeah.
still it's heartbreaking.
It is, it is.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I hope in future books, we get more, of his side of the story because I do wanna know more. Are we supposed to feel empathetic? Are we right in feeling that? Or like you said, are we being gaslit? Are we being manipulated? So I wanna know. I wanna know.
There's questions that need answers.
For sure. Yeah.
And here we are needing those answers.
We need the answers. Thanks. Thanks, Rashani. Thank you.
Thank you. We want to know, are we supposed to feel like we like them, we don't like them? And after this live show, I'm definitely going to continue reading because I just think Kara is a snake in the grass, and I need confirmation for that.
I need to know if I'm right in
I
feeling that.
need
Honestly, like,
confirmation.
every time there's a new character introduced, I'm like, "I
Yeah,
don't know if I can trust you."
I'm a snake in the grass. Snake in the grass, sizzling around. Um, I know that Michelle read the book and that she gave it 5 stars. Is there any other impressions y'all have for the book?
I feel like it's gonna be another 5 stars. I feel like every single one of these books have just been solid and, like, where there is nothing that could have been added that would make it better, so I don't foresee this
Agreed.
being an issue with this book. Um,
Agreed.
so definitely gonna re-listen and be awake for the last half
Yeah,
of this book.
I feel like Roshani and Kwame have a real good Kwame have a real good gift of making a book jam packed but cohesive,
Yes.
um, brief in
Mhm.
its like, details, but also allow you enough room in your mind if you are a person to go ahead and imagine things and like add other things to the story while you're reading.
Right.
And they also make it clear. Like I don't feel like I'm ever confused about
Right.
what's
Yeah, even though
yeah,
there's a lot going on, all these quests, all these tests, all these new characters being
right,
thrown in, not
right,
just, like, characters, like, in the main group, but also outside characters, outside stories, um, expansion of other character stories, so but I feel like it's very cohesive and it's linear. It makes sense where they put it in the story because
right,
it's like it's whenever she drops in Kwambe as well for Tristan, whenever they drop information, it's precisely when you need it because of something that's going on in the story. So, I really like their way of storytelling. It's really amazing.
yeah, they did that.
Mhm.
They did that.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah. I don't see any other comments here.
Nope. They don't
Well,
wanna spoil it for us, and we
they don't.
appreciate that.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So, it looks like my internet trying to hate on us.
A little bit,
You
but you're like, thank you for waiting to the end, internet. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate it. But I wanna thank y'all for coming in the chat. Please look
Thank you.
out for, our Storygraph or Goodreads review, and we will talk to y'all in the next book.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.